Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Derek Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today, this is motivation. That's right. I was looking through my little closet, and I couldn't believe what I found today. This right here. That's right. The usual. All access. We're going to talk about it, how you motivate, how you bring your friends along. This ain't just for you, you know. And welcome, everybody. And first things first, Tifosi Optics. Check. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please, like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is motivation. Let's talk about it. Emerging millionaires, are you with me? You can see here, I'm at some offices today, and once again, Tifosi Optics, check. Stop Struggling Now gear, check. So I'm gonna have a special guest coming up in a couple of days. I just saw him and all I gotta do is schedule it with the assistant. Yeah, a guy's so busy that he needs an assistant. You only wish you would need that. But today is motivational. It's every day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Every day is motivation. Are you on board? Are you not there yet? How many of you are sitting home right now unemployed? How many of you have been laid off? How many of you are getting unemployment checks? How many of you are not getting unemployment checks? How many of you are sitting there waiting and looking for that stimulus check and now you're begging for another check? Come on now, stop playing with yourself. This is not begging time. This is time that you should put in the work, and every bit of work that you put in is exponential. While others are sitting there with their hands in their head in their hands, while they're feeling sorry for themselves. What are you doing? That's right. It's hard. When things are hard, when you have a lack of money, when you have a lack of income, all of a sudden you think you can't do anything. Well, how about this? Knowledge is power. Come on. Today's motivational day. Knowledge is power, so you should be gaining some knowledge if you can every day. After you've gained the knowledge, what do you have to do next? You have to implement that knowledge. Why sit around and mope? Why sit around and wish? Why sit around and keep thinking? Now is the time that millionaires are made. Stop struggling now. You don't have to. You need those streams of income? We got you. Go to the Stop Struggling Now Facebook page. There'll be a link down below. You need affiliate marketing, referral marketing, internet marketing tips? We got you. If you need help with anything, we've got you. Right here at StopStrugglingNow.com. You need affiliate marketing help? We got you. Some people that signed up for Opus Virtual Office affiliates, we have the link for that. You need to make money, extra income? We have that going on. You want to create wealth? Now's the time that you do it. You can't be crying. You can't be thinking. Like I said before, some of us get lucky, but some of us actually know what we're doing. We're going to have big surprises coming out lately in this next week. You're just going to have to stay tuned. But in the meantime, what are you doing to protect yourself from a situation where you do not work for somebody else? What are you going to do to protect yourself when you don't make extra money? That's why you got to have those 7, 8, 9, 10 streams of income. Because who else better to control your own money and your own destiny than yourself? This is all I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen. Your destiny, your life, do something about it. This is motivational day. Stop what you're doing. Put yourself into whether it's your telephone, your cell phone, the $1 million devices, your cell phone, the laptops, or your desktop computer. Hell, even a game console nowadays can do something on the internet. Your TV can do something on the internet. There is really no excuse for you to not be able to make extra streams of income while you're sleeping. No reason why you can't figure out where extra dollars are going to come from. So when there is a pandemic, when there is a job layoff, when there is illness, sickness, you still have checks rolling in. The wealthy, you want to be wealthy? A lot of people do in America. We live in a consumer environment. People want the nice cars, the big house. But is that really what happiness is all about? Or does that just make you feel good because you have these items, these objects? You know what makes me feel good at night? Is knowing money's rolling in my bank account. Because once you have that coming in a consumer environment, that puts a lot of stress off of your table. You don't have to worry about much when you know checks are coming in. Sometimes they may not be coming in fast enough like you want them to, but you know they're coming every month like clockwork. Why wouldn't you want to be in that situation? Be a 1%er, be a top 10%er. Did you guys know during this pandemic, there's been talk that the billionaires have accumulated $300 billion. I'll put something up on the screen for you. That's insane. 2 or 3 months, they're talking about these guys could possibly have made like $384 billion. But I'm gonna tell you something. Why count somebody else's pockets? I don't believe the hype. You know why I don't believe the hype? Because if you already know that 85% of the stock market is owned by the 10% of the wealthiest, and the number's higher when you go by 1%ers, how much they own in the stock market. When the stock market went from 29,500 to 18,500, what do you think happened, ladies and gentlemen? Some people got hurt. Those millionaires and billionaires got hurt. Here's the way I look at it. Take 50% of that number. So whether it's the Standard & Poor, the Dow Jones Index, or the NASDAQ, take 50% from when it dropped down. What was it, about 2 months ago? 50%. Just now are we getting back on the stock market to 50%, meaning they're just now halfway back to getting their money back. Why do you think there has to be stimulus packages? You know the answer to this. Because 1%ers don't lose. This is why there's going to be stimulus packages, so they can get the free money while you get the little chump change. Now I'm out here sweating to show you today. It's 100 degrees in Sacramento. I'm out here in the sun, sweating my behind off, doing the motivational. That's because I'm trying to help out under all costs. We're trying to make things happen for everybody here. Everybody needs to come up while you can. Even if you don't think you can, contact me. We'll figure out a game plan. Because most people do have a cell phone. Most people do have a way to get to StreamYard.com. Most people have a way to get to Buzzsprout.com so you can do podcasts. Doesn't cost you anything but your time. And just so you don't have any excuses, we're sitting here at the Buzzsprout podcast. So therefore, there's a link down below. Like I've mentioned several times, you don't want to be on camera? Here's podcast for you. Pricing? What more can you ask for than free? You have 2 hours each month free. You can see here on the left-hand side. Episodes hosted for 90 days, limited to 2 hours each month. At the end of 90 days, you can still have a free plan. The only thing is they start removing your podcasts that are outside of 90 days from the platform. And then in 3 months, you should know if this is something that you're going to like or not. So again, podcasts, free, by Buzzsprout. And they also help you go to iTunes. By using this platform, you can go to iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify. You have a way to link your podcast from here to those platforms. Now, if you need more hours, then you start paying. And you get to keep your podcast as well. Episodes hosted indefinitely. You can see right here, episodes hosted indefinitely. So that's the thing. Next up, I've mentioned StreamYard. Here's StreamYard, also for free. Once you keep it free, they have the right to have the StreamYard logo in the upper right hand corner of the video. I still have the free version. Again, free. So therefore you can invite guests on. You can invite any guest you want, whether it's followers, whether it's friends, whether it's business associates, whatever you want to do. In the free version, you can have up to 2 or 3 people. I just don't know. I've never tried to have on more than one. So you can see, you can share the guest link. They can come in. It's a beautiful thing. So there's nothing stopping you. Motivational day. All right. Here we go now. We're back at the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody because we're over our 5,000 subscribers, which was a goal of mine after I realized at 1,000 that they started monetizing. I said, okay, 5,000 I kind of like. So now we just need a little bit more views, so you got to share the videos with other people. Some of this is very helpful. There's people out there right now that you probably know that have lost their job, that are laid off, and they're in no man's land trying to figure out what they do because all they've ever known is work 9 to 5 for somebody else, and the job is basically doing something on a computer at work, or fixing cars, or painting. It could be anything, and they don't feel that they have the skill set to do anything else. But everybody can talk if you want to. So you have tools available to you. If you don't want to have a YouTube channel, then I gave you StreamYard, Buzzsprout, a few other things. So again, what I did mention in this motivation, and I got to talk about this because there's this talk that I mentioned before. American billionaires got 434 million richer during the pandemic. This came out on CNBC, and it's a new report. And like I said before, it's kind of hard that the report would say such things, because when you start taking into consideration that stocks go up and part of their wealth is based on their stock evaluation, then yes, you could see certain people like in Amazon, because more people used Amazon, more people are on Facebook. So it kind of makes sense, right? That all of a sudden all these billionaires are going to have their stock values are going to go up. So then it seems like they're richer. But there's not that many American billionaires. There's only 3,000 to 3,500 billionaires in the world out of 7.5 billion people. So when you start, even if there was 3,000 billionaires in the United States alone, that's not a lot of people that are billionaires. So when are you going to wake up and realize when somebody says, I want to make a lot of money, what does that really mean? There's only a few thousand people on the planet that are billionaires. 1 billion. Zuckerberg, Bezos, and all these guys, Buffett and all them guys, they're more than just a 1 billion. You know, they're 20, 200 billion, 100 billion. I mean, 40 billion. I don't know what their numbers are, but it's not just 1 billion. And I'm just talking about somebody that has 1 billion. There's only 3,300 or thereabouts billionaires on the planet. But yet they own a large percentage of the wealth in the world. In fact, they make up more than 50% of the world's wealth just by themselves, just those limited people. Think about it. So anyhow, don't be confused about this kind of thing. So I don't want you to stop from being motivated because you're reaching for these stars to be Bezos, Zuckerberg, Musk, and all these guys. I have problems with it in my own head, what motivates somebody. And you'd be motivated too if you knew that down the road, once you became up to a certain level, that you're getting free tax breaks, free land, free ways to make buildings. You're getting subsidies from the government. It would make your life a lot simpler. Now, granted, these guys started out small, but once they got to a certain level, now they get help along the way, and a large portion of help. So just keep all that in mind while you're going on your journey. Amazon would not even exist if Bezos wasn't able to get a couple $100,000 from his parents. All right? If he'd have been like a normal person and
would have been like, okay, dead on arrival, you don't have any more money to invest, you can't get loans from anybody, no bank's going to give you money, no venture capitalist is coming in, it would have been DOA, just like his previous businesses before Amazon. All right? And even his previous businesses, just like Amazon, he had investors. So you still fail. That doesn't mean you're going to be successful. So I'm just trying to keep you on point. Also, what I wanted to talk about is see, here's the other response to that article. No, America's billionaires didn't get 434 billion richer during the pandemic, quite the opposite. And of course, they go the other way around because, like I was saying before, the stock market was at 29. I'll use it's not the exact number, but 29,500, and it drops to 18,500. I'm rounding a little up and down by 1%. Then you can figure it all out. If you start thinking mathematically, the median is the difference between whatever 29.5 minus 18.5 is, and then you what the middle point is, maybe 24.5, 25. I haven't done the math, but that's where the Dow Jones is. Standard and Poor, Nasdaq. Just do the numbers. If the millionaires have money in the stock market at 29, goes down to 18, and they're buying when it's at 18, 19, 20, their median price is somewhere around 26, 26.5, 25.5, somewhere in there. So now that the stock market gets back up to 25.5 or 26, 27, they start making more money. So what are they going to do? They're going to buy more stocks, more shares, right where you should be. That's why the stock market has been going up, partially why. And because they know the feds and the treasury and everybody else is working together to make sure they don't lose. So hopefully this is what motivates you. And again, there's certain things that is shocking. I always thought when you're working at a job that you have to be there and spend 8 hours a day you're at your job. 1 hour before and 1 hour after, are you in traffic? Are you fixing yourself lunch? Are you fixing yourself breakfast? Are you getting dressed? Are you taking a shower? Are you coming home, getting out your clothes, taking another shower, getting some food, spending time with the kid? So your 8-hour days aren't really 8-hour days. They could end up being 10-hour days, 12-hour days, depending on the traffic situation. Before you even leave home, come back home, it's 10 hours. So a lot of people don't think about that. So I've always been a little different. I was only motivated by paycheck because there's nothing else for me at a job other than a paycheck. I'm not there to play around. I'm there to handle business. Just like when you're starting your business, you're there to handle business. You're not there to play around. And the same things apply. So I just wanted to show you, even though this is a longer video than I wanted to do, I just wanted to show you what motivates. Here's what you can see the headline here. This is from Inc. magazine. What best motivates you at work? When 200,000 employees were asked, this was their number one response. And look at this. Hint, it's not about the money. I swear, this just seems weird to me that people would actually show up at a job just to hang out, just to be friends. No concern about how much money they make in reality. And this has been a thing for a long time. Money isn't even, I believe on most things it was like 5, but they did 200,000. So we'll go down here and check it out. So you can see right here, look at this, number 1, camaraderie, and peer motivation, 20%. Intrinsic desire to do a good job, 17%. Feeling encouraged and recognized, 13%. Having a real impact, 10%. And growing professionally, 8%. Who would have thought that somebody sits there and says, you know what, I'm a receptionist today, and I'm cool with being a receptionist 10 years from now. Growing professionally, 8%. So people don't even want to get promoted. This is unfathomable to me. We live in a consumer society, and if this is what motivates people, now you understand why there's only so many 1%ers, 10%ers, people who make money in the world. Because if you go by this 200,000 people, you can see here money is not even a motivating factor. They want peer motivation. They want feeling encouragement and recognized. If you're an entrepreneur, nobody's sitting there cheerleading going, hey, you're doing a great job today by filling out this paperwork on your computer. Great job. Nobody's doing that. The only thing you're looking for is, I got to make money, pay my bills, and have a little fun and have some freedom and time. That's what I would think most entrepreneurs are thinking. So this right here should tell you most people 9 to 5, they're not going to be holding your back. Most of the time they're going to be looking like, hey, why are you doing this? Why don't you come on back here to work? Let me pull you back over here to go to work. Just do a good job, man. It's all good, you know? And then get somebody to pat your back going, hey, good job today. See you tomorrow. Hey, good job this week. Hey, we have a meeting. Boss gets up, how many people, you know what I'm talking about. Your management gets up there, hey guys, you guys have done a great job this last quarter. Look at the numbers. And you know what? That was my business. That's what places I worked for. But again, I was on a whole different level. I raised my hand. I'm like, does that mean we get a bonus check? Of course not. Come on, stop clowning, people. This is craziness. So you're busting your behind so you can have all these little 5 things here. So you think you have an impact even though you're not hiring anybody. All right, my rant's over. But anyhow, I just wanted to let you guys know, when we're talking about motivation, when you're in a workplace, this apparently is what motivates people. And believe it or not, when we do millions of people and you take a survey from millions of workers, it's almost along these same lines. It's unbelievable to me that somebody's number 1, number 2, number 3 thing is, I got to feel good when I go to work, or they got to encourage me, or I got to feel like I'm doing a good job, or me and my coworkers, or we got to be cool. I'm like, what does that got to do with me paying my bills? So I'm sorry. But anyhow, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. That's why I'm trying to get your mind to spin around from a 9 to 5 worker and become an entrepreneur and work for yourself. So therefore, 1 year goes by, 2 years goes by, 5 years go by, and you're not on this list. You're sitting there saying, hey, me and my friends, we're hanging out wherever we want to. You're sitting there saying, I'm doing a good job because I'm making it work. You're encouraged because you're sitting there saying, I'm not working. I work whenever I want to. And you're having an impact higher than 10% because you're the boss. And growing professionally, sky's the limit, because you can always learn something new. Like I started this out with, Buzzsprout, StreamYard. Learn something new. And again, you can always hit me up at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com, and I'll try to help you out. No cost. This is the No Guru Zone. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.